Hi, I'm Chris Vilmer, and welcome to Lifesavers Wild Horse Rescue. We're located in Lancaster, California, on 46 acres in the high desert. We have about 130 horses on the property today, and I'm going to walk you around and tell you all about them. Let me introduce you to Arrow. Arrow is a PMU foal that Lifesavers rescued several years ago. Come here. Arrow is about 5 years old now, and she is a Belgian. She is one of the babies we took in several years ago from a Premarin farm. They're called PMU foals, which just simply means pregnant mare urine. They use the urine from pregnant mares to make a drug called Premarin. It's for menopausal women. It's hormone replacement therapy. And the babies, big beautiful Arrow here, they're a byproduct. They really don't need the babies. They need the urine. So the statistics are quite alarming, and I don't know the exact numbers, but there's thousands, tens of thousands of these beautiful babies every year that are sent to slaughterhouses. Hi, Lacey. Hi, sweetie. This year, Lifesavers brought in 4 Premarin mares that they were actually collecting urine from. Lacey was the first to give birth, and we're expecting 3 more babies. But 3 days ago, little Hooves was born. He's doing pretty well. He's having some hard times. Lacey had a hard time delivering him because he's a huge little boy. And he swallowed a little too much fluid during delivery. So we're battling with some pneumonia, but all in all, he's doing really well. Joy's a 4-year-old BLM Mustang mare. She was actually found loose running on El Cajon Pass down here in Southern California, and it took animal control about a month to catch her. She had been adopted out through the BLM adoption program about a year ago, but she had no handling. She clearly had never been gentled in any way, so it was a completely new process to her when she got here. Each day she gets more and more confident about life and domestication. This is Moonbeam. In 2003, Lifesavers rescued 150 Shoshone Indian horses that were part of a land dispute with the federal government. He's one of those horses. Moonbeam is a 7-year-old Mustang, and in 2005 he was part of a special project where we took 6 volunteers who each chose horses from the ranch and worked with them for about 6 months. And we went to the Western States Wild Horse and Burro Expo in Reno, Nevada, to show off the horses. Lisa is moving these colts up to an area where she can work with them. Since our main focus is on wild horses, the whole ranch is set up with a series of alleyways so that we can easily separate them. These little stud colts just discovered some mares across from them. These are 3 fillies from Virginia City, Nevada. They're just about a year old. Their moms were part of a contraception study that one of the universities in Nevada was doing. Right now, there are more wild horses in government holding facilities than there are in the wild. This is the gelding pen. Most of the horses that you see in here are available for adoption or are being prepared for adoption. In order to be considered adoptable, the horses halter, tie, trailer load, and stand for the farrier. We have a few that get started under saddle, but with 130 horses on the property, we rarely get to take a horse that far. So this is our much appreciated indoor arena. We're really blessed to have this. It shelters us from the high heat up here in the high desert and for the endless wind. So this is where we teach our educational programs and we work our horses and we stay cool. This is Lisa and Caliente. Lisa is one of our assistant trainers here. And Caliente is a Virginia City yearling, similar to the little baby girls we met earlier today. And Caliente is early in the gentling process. He hasn't been haltered yet, but Lisa is doing a phenomenal job getting him to be confident just being with people. So here we have Marty and Mouse. Marty is a trainer intern here, and Mouse is a very typical BLM adoption story. Mouse was adopted by a very well-meaning family, but they were ill-prepared for a wild horse and didn't keep him for very long. Mouse was moved from home to home to home and passed around until he ended up here at Lifesavers. Marty's using obstacles to help build Mouse's confidence in him as a leader. Here at Lifesavers, we work really hard and we teach people how to communicate with their horses in a language they already understand. The way our adoption policy works here at Lifesavers, when you adopt a horse and take it home, it's yours to keep. But if at any time you decide you can no longer care for the horse, you have to return it to us. That way the horse is always protected and will never end up in a bad situation like Mouse did. So we're in a pen now of primarily mares. There are a couple geldings in here. Most of the horses you see in this pen are still wild. They are horses that we chose for our wild horse boot camp that we taught just 2 weeks ago. So 5 of the horses in here began their domestic life, and the rest are still wild and they'll be worked with soon. Now we're entering the largest pen that we have here at Lifesavers. It's a 20-acre pen with about 60 horses in here playing. Most of them are Mustangs. There are a few domestic horses out here. Since we started Lifesavers in 1997, we've rescued over 450 horses. And obviously the small 16-acre ranch that you've already seen can't hold that many. The Mustangs that you see out here come from a variety of places. Some of the horses have no brand, and those horses are Shoshone horses that we brought in from Nevada. The horses that you see that have a little N on their neck are from the state of Nevada, from the Virginia City Range, which is in Story County. And the ones with the long Freeze brand, those ones are BLM Mustangs that come off of our public lands. He's usually over here, and he's not. There he is. That beautiful red horse is Eclipse. And Eclipse was one of the band stallions from the Shoshone herd. He's gelded now, of course. And this is his little harem of women. Even though they're confined to 20 acres, they quite often live just as they would in the wild in small family bands. And he's got great taste. Look at that beautiful black mare. Petticoat is the roan with the Christmas tree on her forehead. Yeah, you, I'm talking about you. So less than 100 years ago, there were millions of horses that roamed our public lands. Today, there are less than 20,000 in the wild. In 1971, a law was passed to protect them as a part of our national heritage. There are a lot of opponents to their protection and a lot of people who consider them a nuisance. This country was built on the backs of the ancestors of these very horses. They are something for us to cherish and honor and protect.